The 1960s were a time of great cultural change in America. As the civil rights movement continued on from the 1950s, the Vietnam War also inspired massive protests. As well, the 1960s had a very prominent feminist movement. These movements were all linked to the counterculture movement, which involved a rejection of mainstream beliefs and societal norms in favor of new ideas. Primarily, it was young people that took part in this movement. These people were known as hippies. This term is still used today, but it is seen as much more of a stereotype. Hippies wanted to promote peace and tolerance and often used the slogan, "Make love, not war." They often practiced communal living, took part in festivals and gatherings, and adopted a new style of dressing. Their alternative lifestyle aimed to reject the idealized American dream lifestyle of the previous decade. The use of psychedelic drugs was a significant part of the hippie culture. These drugs were seen as a way to expand the mind and achieve enlightenment. When Dr. Albert Hofmann first discovered LSD, he described it as an uninterrupted stream of fantastic pictures. Timothy Leary was a Harvard research psychologist who wrote more than a dozen books about LSD. After using LSD to experiment on both himself and his students, he was fired from Harvard. He became a kind of countercultural guru and icon.
Turn on, tune in, and drop out.
Although this slogan was widely interpreted to mean dropping out of school, Leary explained later in his life that he meant dropping out of conformity. Timothy Leary popularized the belief that if everybody took LSD, the world would be a better place. This drug culture inspired psychedelic art and psychedelic music. Notable artists of the time include the Beatles, Pink Floyd, Jimi Hendrix, and the Grateful Dead. The widespread use of LSD caused fear in mainstream society, and it was eventually made illegal, especially because it has no medical purpose. One culturally significant event that contributed to this widespread fear was the death of TV personality Art Linkletter's daughter, Diane. Diane Linkletter died by jumping out of a 6th-story window, and her father very publicly blamed her death on LSD. There were many other recorded cases as well of LSD causing suicide or hospitalization due to the paranoia caused by a bad trip. The 1970s brought a return of more conservative values. But as we can see in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, whenever there is cultural change, there are always people left behind.